Hey guys, I wanted to film an eyebrow tutorial. I wanted to show you the products I use and how I do my eyebrows. I recently started, maybe a few months ago, started using Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow pomade in the color dark brown, and it really a little goes a very long way. As you can still see, it's still very full. And then the tool that I'm using is Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the number 12 brush, and I love this brush. I've used many different brushes, and I love this one because it's super thin. So what I like to do is I use the spoolie end, and I just brush my eyebrows up, make sure they're brushed up, and I just plucked them before filming this. So, and I apologize if my voice is a little scratchy. My son is, has kind of a cold. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to dip it in here very lightly, and it's like super wet. That's what I love about this. And I always put the cap on after I dip it in there because I don't want it to dry out. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to follow under my eyebrow. So starting right here, I'm just going to very lightly, and it's all about pressure too. So you're just going to follow. See how I did that? I'm following the shape of my eyebrow. So I'm just going to continue to shape my eyebrow, and I create that little tail. And I find that less pressure actually works better for me when doing that. So see how I followed the shape of my eyebrow like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip my brush again very lightly, so just very lightly, and I'm going to go over the top. So I like to start like right about there. I don't know if you guys can see that little line I just made. So like right about there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the top, and I'm just going to shade in as I go. So just like that, and you're going to follow it down to the tail we did, right? And then what I do is I just fill it in, right? Because there's so, even though I lightly dipped it, there's still so much product on there. And you're just gonna drag that out just like so. And then what I like to do is come up here and see, I don't even have to dip any more into the pot. See how it's just filling in the rest of the areas, right? So this is almost done. So what I do is I take the edge of the brush right here, this very edge, and I'm just going to put it right here, right there, and then I'm just gonna follow it. So you see how it's like making that like square shape, like the shape of the brush. So what I do is I just go in here and I just fill it in like so. And I don't know if you guys can see that little hair right there, but I'm just gonna take the brush and pull it down, and then just go back over and continue to just make sure that line is very drawn out. And that's how I do my eyebrows. So as you can see, this is the eyebrow that's done, and this is the eyebrow that's not done. So really it's just about how you hold how you hold the brush. I suggest for myself, I use very little pressure to draw that line out, because I feel like the more pressure you use, the more product you're putting like into your eyebrow, and then it's very hard to draw it out. I've done that before, so for me, using very light pressure, especially when drawing it out, works best. You use more pressure when you're like shading it in. And then I'm going to just quickly do the other eyebrow. So I walked you through how I did it. I'm going to go ahead and just do the other side real quick. So again, I just dip a very, very lightly in there. And then I'm going to use my spoolie and shape them up. I love using the spoolie to shape them. And this is really just to make sure the hair stays up. And then I'm just going to go ahead and lightly do this. So see, I'm just drawing it out, making that tail. See how I did that? And then if this is going to be your first time, it's going to be difficult at first. But what I learned is to just keep doing it, and eventually you will get it down. So what I do is I go like right there. See, I put that little line there, and then I just follow the shape of my eyebrows. So see, I did that, and then you just want to fill it in. Like so. And then you just continue to make sure it's lined, even. And then what I like to do is just continue to go over it so that everything is nice and shaded in. And then again, because there's still a little bit of product on the brush, what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and start right there. And then just continue to shape that in, like so. Now, what I like to do is take a little bit of concealer and my concealer brush. So again, concealer brush, and I started using this CoverGirl. It's the CoverGirl Clean Invisible and very light. I like to use that color because it also highlights my brow bone. So see, I'm just going to put a very little tiny bit there and up top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the concealer brush, and I will take a beauty blender in just a sec. I'm going to use this to define it. So I take it like just like that. And you just want to follow the shape that you just made. So you'll take it and follow it. And then same thing with the top. You're just basically following what you just did, right? So you're just following it. Just like so. And then I go over here and just pull that in a little bit. And then what I normally do to wet my beauty blenders, just spray it with, I'm using the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus, so I just spray it lightly, right? Spray it just a teeny bit. And then I'm just gonna blend it out with the beauty blender, right? So you just blend it out. Right, so that's the completed look for the eyebrow. And I'm going to do the other one so you guys can see. So again, I'm just going to lightly line. Same with the top. Oops. And a little bit there. And same thing, I'm just going to spray the Beauty Blender. Right? And again, I mentioned this in another video of mine. You always want to make sure you start with clean brushes. And when I use a Beauty Blender, I followed the directions on the package. And it said, you know, make sure it's wet. Because you can reach more when it's wet. Like you just, literally just blend it out. Like so. And then, yep, that is it. So that, guys, is the completed eyebrow tutorial. So again, you just shape it and draw it and color it in. And then, yeah, so if you guys have any questions, comments, leave it down in the comments below. Make sure you click the subscribe button, and that way you guys can know when I do new videos. And I just started out, so everything, it's still new. Doing videos like this is still new to me, so, but if you guys have anything else you'd like me to show you beauty-wise, I'm more than happy to do that. Just leave a comment below. And don't forget to click subscribe, and then I'll link my other social media on there. I do have an Instagram and I do have Facebook, so I'll link everything below, and I'll link all the products that I used as well. So hopefully this helps you guys out. It's fairly quick and easy once you get it down and know how to do it. And again, this is just what works for me. It may not work for everybody else, but that's what works for me. So hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click subscribe.